Welcome back everyone. Quickly, let's continue our discussion on HTML input attributes. And right now we'll be discussing about the multiple attribute in HTML input element. The input multiple attribute specifies that the user is allowed to enter more than one value in an input field. So I'm going to show you I'm going to show you how this works quickly, but the multiple, notice one thing right here, the multiple attribute works with the following input types: email and file. So I'm going to show you how all this works quickly. Let me show you quickly so you can be able to understand what's going on. Let's say for instance now we get back to our document right here quickly. As you can see, we have discussed about a lot of things right here. You can check our input fields, input types, HTML input types playlist, and also HTML form playlist to be able to follow along with all these things we are doing right here. So right now what we want to do is that we want to use our input type, we want to use the multiple attribute in this our form right here. So quickly, let's get back to our form and create another input field. Let's create another input field. Let's create another input field. Let me quickly, immediately after our legend right here, let's create br twice times 2. Let's create br times 2. When I create it using the automatic, I press br times 2 and I'll now click my tab. That's how I got this double br tags. So quickly, let's create our label. So label for what are we talking about? Label for multiple attributes. So let me copy this quickly so we can be able to work faster. I want us to go faster than this, so I don't want anything slow this time around. Let's get back to this let me just write multi-at. So right here, let's place multiple attributes, the capital letter. So let's specify this so you can be able to understand what I'm talking about. Quickly, let's write our input and give it multiples here. So the multiple works with the input type of file. We have discussed about the input type of file in our previous tutorial. Now we are going to use this multiple attribute right there. But firstly, let's remove it so you can be able to know what will happen when we use it. So let's reload our document first. When we reload our document, as you can see right now, we are having this multiple attribute and we have already gave it label, which we can use it to browse into our file and we can click. But when we are trying to select multiple, it will not click. Can you see? I'm trying to select this action and this action.html file and this submit button, this submit .png. Both of it, I'm unable to pick all of both of it at once. So when I click, it's only one I will be able to select. Can you see? It's showing that submit. When I want to click again, it's only one file I will be able to submit. That's why we said that we need multiple attributes. So we quickly, let's get back to our document and specify multiple. So when we specify multiple attributes like this, we'll be able to select more than. So now let's reset our document. Let's click this again. Now let's click this. Let's click our HTML file. Let's click another HTML file. Can you see? We are able to select up to 4 files. Can you see? Files selected 4. So let's click it again. Let's click it again. So you can be able to, can you see? We select 2 this time around. Let's try to click it again, so you can be able to understand why multiples. Can you see? We are able to select 3 now. So now let's submit it. If it will go, can you see? Our file goes. Definitely it is working perfectly. So let's give it name now, and just give it one name. Let's give it multiple attribute, so we can be able to recognize it quickly when we submit it. So now let's submit our 3 files. Can you see our multiple attribute? We're having action.html, we're having multiple attribute again, we're having sub.png, we're having multiple attribute again, we're having wow.html. As you can see, this is working perfectly. If you have to know deep about this, make sure you practice. Like I used to tell you guys, make sure you practice, because practice makes perfect. If you don't practice it, nobody can do that for you. You can select as much as we want. When I submit it and it will still works. Can you see the code.exe? I submit it, everything I submit here is going to come inside this place, and it's going to say it's going to enter our index.php file for processing. So that's what I want to show you guys, because this is so important to us. So I'm going to use it in our email type also. Let's say we specify email type and we are trying to specify multiple email right here. Let's use multiple email. Let's say Lera King. Let's say info at top10strength.com, info at top10strength.com. Can you see when I try to submit this, I'm able to take our info at top10strength.com, right? But one thing right here is that, let's say we specify multiple. Let's specify multiple right here. Let's see. Oh, as you can see, we have already specified multiple, right? Now let's add another email again. Let's just write comma and add another email again. All right. Let's write if at so.com. Let's send it. Let's see what will happen. Can you see our if at so.com is entering, our info at top10strength.com is going. So that's the benefit of using the multiple. Let me do this again without the multiple, so you can be able to see when we use it in our email also, so you can be able to understand the scope behind this. Let's reload our document and reload this. Let's place our info at top10strength.com and info at so. Let's submit it. Can you see it rejects it? It rejects it. It will never go. It will never go. So that's what I want to show you guys. Now when we delete one, can you see it's going now? But when we use our this our multiple, when we specify our multiple, we are able to write comma. We are able to write comma and send the two at once. Can you see? We are able to write comma and send the two at once. And also the funnest part, let's say we use dash also. Let's send it. Can you see we are unable to use dash, but we are able to use comma. Let's leave it without anything. Can you see we are not able to? Definitely you must use, if you want to have the two emails sent to your server, you have to use comma. So when you use comma, it will go. Can you see it is going gently without any problem? And let's use space. Maybe if you go again, let's submit it. Can you see without space it will never go again? So with space it will never go. Only when you use comma it will go. That's the benefit of using the multiple attribute. I've described how we can use this in our email and also in our files right here. So in our future tutorial also, we are still going to touch on it also. I want you guys to practice this, because practice makes perfect. Anwar Akorede Ayofe is my name. I wish to see you guys next time, and to the next tutorial. Bye bye.